So functions are very much similar to C, what we already know, that function will have a name of the function and the function will return something. Okay, so and it might have some parameters as well. So functions are predefined keywords which perform some specific functionality like print. So again print, or if you say in C we have the printf command, again similarly we have the print. So it is used to print their argument. So this is a function in Perl, inbuilt function in Perl. For online documents, Perl function is command to look into functions. So if you want to look for Perl functions, so just do Perl func. So it will give you Perl doc and space, and it will give you the list of functions in Perl. So you can just scroll down and you can see all the values. Okay, in Perl we divide the functions into various categories like scalar, array, hash for easy remembering. So we divide into different categories, like what categories of functions are there. So here we can see that Perl doc minus f, it will print the function, like what are the functions. Okay, then we have this scalar functions, substring. Now what does this substring do? So it is something like a subset. If you talk about a subset, so you have a set and you want to get a subset of this, so you get only a part of that set, right? So similarly, we have this function called substring, substr. So subset, expr, of length and replacement. So this is the syntax, but need not be we have to pass everything. We say we are not passing. If you see here, all the things we are not passing everything. It depends, means or length and replacement are optional. So we might have only two arguments, that is expression and offset, and length and replacement is not essential. So what it does is, if you want to take a subset of from some string, so it will just and how much you want to get. So you want to get from 5th to 7th location, what is the value? So you can get the expression from till that location, and it will give. But if you put the replacement and length, so it will replace that string with some value. So for example, this is the main string which we have. This is the main string, have the substrings. Okay, so the color, $color equal to substring $s52. Okay, so this is what? So see, we have, this is the main string, have the substrings. Okay, so substring of $. So what we are doing is, substring of $, means what? We want to find out a substring of this entire string, okay, up till from the 5th location. Okay, from the 5th location is THIX, and so this is like 5th after 5 location. Basically offset is after that location. So if we are saying 5, it is after 5th location. So we want to get from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is I. And how many characters you want to print? It is IS. Okay, so when you want to do the subtract 2, so it will only take IS. So here we are specifying length. So we are getting two means one part of the string, that is IS, from the entire string, and it is stored in color. Similarly, you can also do middle is equal to substring S5 and -11. So you can also see here that you are getting from 5 from -11 means what? That you are this is like substring and offset and the length. So we have 2, 3. So we have 11. You want to have 11 characters from the 5th. Okay. So you can see that after 5 is after this space, you have some characters till THE. So this is what I get. So I go from the back 11 characters. Okay, I go from the back 11 characters, and so this is what I told. In Perl we can have the minus thing, wherein if you specify the length as minus, it will go from the back. So 11 characters, it will go back and it will just print. So you can see that SUB3, and strings are how much? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and one space is there. So 11 characters goes and it just prints from is to the. So similarly, you can understand the other examples which are very much similar. So if you have any doubt, you can just ask me. Okay, I'll go to the next slide. So scalar functions. So chomp and chop. So if you chomp a list, each element is chopped. The total number of chomped characters are returned. If you chop a list, each element is chopped, only the value of the last chop is returned. So this is the difference between chomp and chop. One difference is total number of chomped characters are returned if it is if you are using chomp for a list, but if you do a chop, okay, each only the value of the last chop is returned. So the last chop, whatever was chopped, it could return. So these are some important functions which are often used, and we'll see further how it is used. So you can see that chop removes the trailing record from the string. So if you want to chomp, it will only get part of the string. Okay, it is very much similar to substring, but you don't specify any length or something like this. Just to chomp and the string followed by the string. So it will just chomp what you want to get. So we will see further how it is done. So remove trailing record separator from a string, removes the last character only if it is /n. Okay, so only /n is removed in chomp. Okay, but chop, it doesn't remove the last character. This is the difference. So where you want to use chop and where you want to use chomp, you should know. So chop will not remove the last character, that is /n, but chomp will use the last character only if it's /n. So it will remove and it will only give you the string. And chomp returns the number of characters it removed, say 5 characters, but chomp will remove the last character it removed. Chop will remove the last character. So we'll go to the next slide. So the example between chop and chomp, just now I said. So what is your name? So we enter some name and chomp name. So what chomp will do is it will remove the /n. Okay, it will remove the /n. So you can see here chomp return the number of characters it returned and removes the /n. So when we want to print this, when we want to print this, you can see what is the output. Hello, welcome to Perl training Mr. .name. So we'll see the output below. And second is, what's your name? Chop name. Hello, what is your name? So we'll see the output below. So when we do Perl chomp.pl, then what's your name? Jatin. Okay. So say you entered the value as Jatin. So hello to Perl training Mr. Jatin. Okay. So again, here you see that here it will just give Jatin, and here hello, welcome to Perl Mr. Jatin. So what will it do is, if you press /n, it will remove the /n in the chomp functionality, but it will not remove the /n in the chop functionality. So you can see that here we are having this /n, but it is not going to the new line. You are going to the next line. So that is the main difference between chop and chomp. Only difference is the new line is getting removed, but here it is, the cursor is not in the next line. It is in the same line. So we'll go to the next slide. So this is a quiz. So what is the output of $a is equal to 2500? Print chop 100 at the rate A. So we are, what we are doing? We are passing two elements to an array. Okay, and we are chopping $a. Okay, so what should happen? Now here what we say is, when we do a chop, it removes the last character from the string. Okay, and removes last character, doesn't matter if it's /n or something. Chop returns the character it removed. Okay, so what character we removed is we chopped and /a. So we want to remove the last character. So what should be removed? So you can see the answer is 0. So if you chop a list, each element is chopped. Okay, if you chop a list, each element is chopped. Only the value of the last chop is returned. Okay, so so each element is chopped, it's removed, and only the last chop is returned. So here the answer is 0, because the reason being, I want to chop the entire elements and we don't get anything. We don't have anything out of here. This is not a right way of doing it. Okay, we want to chop a string. When we do a chop, basically we want to remove something from a string. So we want to remove a name or we want to get something, but here it is not the thing. Here we want to chop a, so this is not a, it will give you some just value or wrong value. So we should be careful that chop and chomp what we do, it is only for string. We don't want to do it for an array or hash, so it will not give you any right value. So again, scalar functions. So we have that lowercase and uppercase. So lowercase returns the lowercase of a string, and LC first returns a string with just the next letter in lowercase. Okay, so if you do LC first, it will just return the next letter in lowercase, and similarly UC first will return the next letter in uppercase, and UC will return in uppercase. So these are very simple functions. If you just pass, again Perl has this functionality where you need not pass this function and call explicitly. You can just print and UC and space the name. So you need not pass the function in some code brackets and pass some parameters. You can directly call the function and pass the parameter provided by space. So this is a very simple way of doing it rather than passing this as an argument like C within the braces, within the parentheses. We need not do that. So you can see that when we do print UC uppercase name dot slash, so what it does is Edureka. So it converts it into uppercase. And when we do UC first name, then what the first letter is converted into uppercase. Similarly, if you do LC first, the first letter is converted into lowercase. So again, since we did both in lowercase, so again this and this has no change because it is already in lowercase when we called print LC. So it is already converted in lowercase. So LC first will also give you lowercase. Had it been Edureka and then we called LC first, then only the first letter should have been E should be lowercase and Edureka should be in uppercase. It's as simple as that. Okay, then we have this array functions. So these are very important functions which are used for the data structure called array, which we already discussed. So push, pop, shift and unshift. So push is like append one or more elements to an array. Okay, pop is remove the last element from an array and return it. Okay, so it is like a stack. Stack means you put the plates one after the other in inverted fashion. So if you are putting the plates or some books one above the other, the one which comes last goes out first. So it is called last in first out thing. So that is the stack. But if you talk about queue is something like who goes first goes out first. So it's like first in first out. So array. So here normally in C and all we have this last in first out operation. But in Perl we have this operation where it provides some additional features, wherein push append one or more elements to array. It's similar to like we push in a stack, like it is on the top of the stack. So last who comes goes out first. Okay, and pop, remove the last element from the array and return it. So pop is similar to an what we have in C, where the last plate, if you put plates one above the other, the last if you remove, it goes out first. Shift is remove the first element from an array and return it. Now these are additional features in Perl, wherein you can remove the first element from the array and return it. So it is not possible in normal implementations in C, wherein you cannot remove the first element because it has gone to the last. It gone at the lowest thing. So you can only remove the last elements, but it provides this shift functionality where the first element can also be removed using shift. And unshift is prepend more elements to the beginning of the list. So unshift means you want to have a stack already and you want to add from the starting, not from the back. So these are some additional functions which are not like C, and you can also add elements from the starting, or also you can remove elements from the starting, which is similar to queue, not like a stack, but it is a combination. So that's what are these are the stack operations. So when we have this food equal to meat, oats, beans, push food, eggs, bread. Okay, so we are adding two more new elements at the end, because normal push is like normal stack implementation where we put you can think about plates. You are putting plates one above the other. So when you do a push, you push at the top, which is at the end. But when you do a pop, it will give you the last element, right? So it will give you the last plate. Unshift, if you do the unshift, it will prepend. Means what? It will add more elements to the beginning of the list. So add cereals at the beginning. So it will become cereals and then meat, and then eggs, bread, meat, whatever it is. And when you do shift movies, then what will it will remove the first element from the array. So when you do shift movies, you can even store the output in a scalar variable. So it will remove the first element of the food, okay, from the food, whichever is cereals, and it will store in breakfast. So it will be breakfast equal to cereals. So means cereals. So that's how it works. So again, we have other functions like splice. So I'm sorry, I have few other slides. I'll quickly take this so that I can complete it. So just please bear with me for another 10 minutes or so. I should be able to cover it. So splice. So splice means add or remove elements anywhere in the array. So when we use the splice, we can add or remove elements anywhere from the array. And syntax is splice array or expression offset length list. So it is similar to what we saw previously, where we have this substr, we specify this expression offset length. So similarly, splice also has this syntax, and length and list are optional. So it can only have expression and offset. So again, here you can see that food equal to meat, bread, whatever it is this, and we do splice. So here again, it is very similar to substring, but only thing is it will remove only element from array, but substring is from a string. So you want to get only part of the string from a bigger string, but splice is you want to remove the element from an array. So here you can see that food, we want to specify 4 2 cereals red meat. So what we do is we are passing 4 and 2 and as array array and offset and cereals and red meat. So what it does is it removes and returns food 4 and food 5 representing the cereals and red meat. So it removes 2 elements. Okay, it removes 2 elements, as I said, that this is the second element is our argument is offset, and first is the element. So yeah, array or expression. So when we say food 4 2 cereals red meat, so it will be what it will do. It will remove these 2, okay, and it will replace cereals and red meat with food 4 and food 5, because I am from 4th location. So you can think about like 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4. So I think there is a mistake. It should be food 3 and food 4 we can do. It should be. So you can say that it will replace eggs and bread with cereals and red meat. So that's how it does. It removes and it can replace also. Okay, and again we do a splice $day $0xy. So the same as push. So splice is converting into pop, where it is removing the last element. And when we do A01, so same as shift $day, because from the index is here 0 and the first, so we shift by 1. Again here the unshift, when we do, it is again, it is very much similar to this, wherein I'm passing this offset length and list, and we are passing this, and it is same as unshift. Okay, okay, I have a question. Okay, what is the question? What is the meaning of 2 at the rate here? Okay, so Rahul, you are asking what is the meaning of 2 at the rate. So basically it means, one second. So basically it means as when we do a splice at the rate means we are passing to you see the arguments of a splice. We are passing first is array and second is offset, length and list. Okay, so we are having array, and you can also pass as array. So what it does is you are basically taking this as an index, right? Because see, when we pass this, the second argument as at the rate, basically it expects an offset. The second argument is expects an offset, and when you assign an array to an scalar, it is basically the length. So it will be like, what is that? It is like the length of the array it will be passing. So whatever is the length of the array, it is going to pass that. I hope I am clear here. What is your doubt? I cleared it. Basically, the first argument is an array, but the second argument is basically the offset, like from where to where we want to do. So here when we pass this array, it is basically converted into an offset, and that is like the size of an array is passed. Okay, fine, Rahul, you can check it. You can check it. If there are some, like you have any clarifications, you can just ask me. Even I will test it myself. I might not be 100% right on all the answers. If there are some clarifications you need, I can answer it tomorrow. Yeah, Rahul, I understand your doubts. Here, as I said, Perl is not that simple. It has so many functions, and sometimes these functions are like, it can take any arguments, and that is the problem wherein like it is very difficult to know what exactly a script means. You have some script and it is very difficult what they are passing. If it is a hardcore programmer, you will not even understand what he has written, because if he knows this very well, he will be using you will be using the best ways to use Perl, and that is the reason why he will be writing this as a complex code. So this is something like a complex code, that way instead of writing the offset directly, you are passing that array. So it is converted, as I told in context, it will be converted into a scalar or whatever is expected, and then it converts. So then it finds the final value. So that is how it is. Okay, so that's how it is. But you can try out yourself tomorrow, and if you will also try, and if we have some clarification, we will discuss on that. You can post your queries there. Okay, so I have to quickly cover it because I'm little short of the slides. So let's complete it. Okay. Okay. Okay, hash functions. So we have some functions which can be used on hash, like keys, values, delete, exists, and defined. So like if we want to print keys, so it will print you the keys. Here you can see, if you print keys of students, it will print name, company, and all. So and if you print values students, it will print Sajan Edureka. So that's how it is. Like you can print values, but the syntax is print, then keys and percentage, whatever hash is there, you can pass that hash there. Or values and the hash name you can pass. And then there are functions like delete, which deletes some record from the hash. Like you want to delete the name, that is Sajan, from the student's record, then you can do that. And you have to be careful when you are operating on some operation. You are printing. You will put a dollar variable, and when you have this hash, you are putting this parenthesis and the name of the value. The key. And again, we have this defined. It is used to test whether a variable function is defined or not. So if and exists, test whether a hash key is present. So what does it mean is, So if define student's name true false. So see, you can see there is a ternary operator which says that if it is true, so if it is defined, then it is true, else false. Okay, if this record exists. Again, second thing is if exists student name true value. So true if the key is defined. Okay, so this is first one is for value and the second one is for key.